Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today I'm going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generations Chromia. So I hope everyone had a great Christmas, so let's take a look at the box for Chromia then. Now this is actually a figure that we actually haven't had an actual toy from in the past, I'm pretty sure. I think the character, this is the first time we've ever seen it in figure form, which is pretty cool. So as you can see, it includes a comic book, which I'll be coming on to in a second. And on the back of the packaging, we see a nice picture there. And then if you want to go ahead and read the bio, you can pause it now. And then we have the tech specs down here. So that's pretty much it for the box. Let's go ahead and open it and take a look at what we get. So first up here we get the IDW comic with the obvious Hasbro exclusive cover of Chromia. Now unfortunately Chromia, I basically can't find her in this book. It's Dark Cybertron chapter 11. Really good book. I really like this series. I want to get it as a proper graphic novel. As like a collected novel. But I highly recommend getting these figures if you want to read this book too. It adds an extra bit of collectability and you get a bit more for your money from it. But unfortunately, if you're buying it because you want to see Chromia in the book, she is not actually in this particular chapter. So here is Chromia in vehicle mode, and it is an extremely nice bike. So if you are familiar with RC from the Prime series and that figure, then basically it is the exact same but just retooled a bit. So it does look very different. In fact, looks to me a lot like a classic Tron bike, which is one of the reasons why I really wanted to get this. The vehicle mode was the main reason why I bought this. Absolutely awesome. It does have a stand down here, a side stand, so you can rest her on, like so. There you go, that's how much she leans. However, because the wheels have this gap in between, as you can see, like that, so they're two separate pieces, she can actually stand just fine without the stand. So if I just take the stand away, there you go. As for detail, we've got a very nice Autobot logo on their front there, and we've got very nice bits of red and blue detailing of paint up throughout. And then the cockpit here, I guess you'd call it, the glass here, it looks very, very nice. We also get some exhaust at the back here and some other clear bits here, but it looks very different to that RC figure. So if you do have that RC, if you do like the transformation and you don't mind getting something that's kind of based on that mold, the legs are pretty much the same in the arms, but and I guess the chest, but the head and everything else is different. So I think that there is enough reason for you to buy this if you already have RC, especially if you want this character and if you really like this this newly designed vehicle mode. Now she does come with a gun. The box displays two, but it does actually have a sticker on the box saying that the other one is not included, and the other gun is actually RC's gun from the same line. So there's that one. And storage, I mean, you've got the ports on the side here, so you could put a gun on the side if you want to. But what I really like is because the hands are in here, you could actually put this in the hand, and then you could actually have like an extra exhaust coming out the back here, so that would be pretty cool if you just put that in and then just transform it with it in the hand there. So yeah, that's one kind of storage that actually will look pretty good for this. So to transform Chromia, first of all we're going to just take these side bits here and unpeg them, and then we're going to just bring the wheel out here and just bring this front part up and away from the rest of it, just getting it untabbed and bringing it up like so, just so it's out of the way for now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this section up. It just releases the arms there, and then the legs can come down. Just pull those straight down, and they also move here at the waist, which as you rotate down brings the head up. So we're going to just clip that into position there, spread the legs apart like so, and what they're going to do is just fold into themselves like that. So we're just going to do that on both sides here. There we go. Just get everything a little straightened up a bit, and we can close these down here. The wheel, you simply turn and just put it onto the back. Now The instructions would have you just put this down like so, and as you can see, you can't move the legs out. You can move them forward but not out. This does actually split in two, so I think that looks a bit better with it just being all down here. But that still doesn't solve the problem much, so if you wanted to, you could put the entire thing up here, which obviously gives you much more freedom with the legs, but then when you come to put this down, it only goes that far down, whereas if you just split it, this can obviously come all the way down and look a bit more flush, and then when you want to get a bit more leg articulation, you can just bring that out a bit and just do it like that. I think that that is the best way to do it, but apart from that, that's pretty much it, and she is now in robot mode. So in robot mode, as you can see, now she does look extremely similar to RC from Transformers Prime. Now, I actually don't have that figure, but I could tell you it's pretty much reused parts. You know, the legs are reused, the chest is completely reused, and the arms may even be completely reused, but I think there might be a little bit different to them. But essentially, you're getting a new head, and then all this back piece here is new. So if we come in close, let's take a look at the head sculpt here. One thing I don't like is the fact that the light piping, they've used a very, very dark colour in here, so naturally it just doesn't let much light through. So I think that is a very bad choice of light piping there. I would have liked a bright yellow or a red or something, or just clear, instead of this like really dark, I don't know, grey, blacky kind of colour. It's got a hint to yellow in there, I'd say, but it's really not too great. But the head sculpt I really, really, really do like. It actually reminds me a lot of like a kind of female Blur or something like that. But yeah, paint scheme, incredibly nice. As you can see, she holds the gun perfectly fine. It's a great size for her. And pretty much everything else is exactly the same as RC in most respects. One thing I don't like about the wheel is obviously it sticks out one side more than the other, so whichever way you turn it, it's like that. So there's, you know, quite a good space inside here. I really do wish that they had kind of retooled it in a way that you could, you know, put the wheel in here somewhere so it's not just dangling over the back. However, it's on a mushroom joint, so you can literally just pull the wheel off if you don't want that on there. So you can actually have it without the wheel like so. But then every time you come to transform it, or every time you're playing with it, or whatever happens, you know, you're going to have to store this somewhere so you don't lose it. So I would just keep it attached. So as for articulation, she has a ball jointed head, which is actually connected at the bottom here. It's just on this little stick here for her neck, so she can move all around like so, as well as left and right, and then not much up, but she can get good down movement there due to transformation. As for the shoulders, they are also on a ball joint. They don't get as much really as you might want in a shoulder, but they're okay. Then we also get ball jointed elbows, so they can go up 90 degrees, and then they can also go left and right. Also ball joints at the wrist, so they can actually come up like this and down, and then a full 360 degrees around. Nothing at the waist. Like I said, if you want to get more hip articulation, just move this back like so, and then they can come out this far. Apart from that, they go forward and back. We have a rotation here at the upper part of the thigh. We have a single jointed knee down here, which, although it looks kind of ratcheted, it is not in any way, shape or form. You get good articulation from that though, and then nothing from the feet. As for a size comparison, here is Bumblebee from Age of Extinction, so she is just a standard deluxe figure size. To the head, about the same size as RC as well. That I mean the new generation's RC, by the way, not the one of the same mold. Of course, she's going to be the same size as her. But yeah, so for the most part, if you can find her for cheap, if you already have an RC, I'd say still go for it. And if you don't have an RC, then this is, in my opinion, an improvement over that mold. I really do like the vehicle mode of this much, much more. And overall, I would just definitely recommend this figure if you like it, but it is definitely one to pass on if you don't. I wouldn't say that you're missing out too much if you don't get this mold. So thanks for watching, guys. That is the end of the review. If you want to check out more pictures of anything from my collection, go ahead and check out the links in the description to my Instagram and Twitter. That is Homerino123 for both. And to see more videos like this, go ahead and click on that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.